Ah, what a pain in the ass. It's done it again. When I've reloaded it. It is not got... Hello, everyone. I can't.
Show the chart.
Does this. Do. It's got it. Just will not bring it through. Bear me a second, guys, while we re-add this. We'll get the screen on now. They are a pain for the sources every time you do it. Still not doing it. There we go. Oh, whoa, whoa. It's too long, that's why. It's me. That's better. Alright, I'll do. Hey everyone. How's it going? You've had a nice weekend? Right. What's that? We got news today, haven't we? Was that news? Or was that later? Let's have a look. Not sure what that was. Not sure. Yeah, so we got news at 10. And then just PMI, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's have a little look. So we have got a gap on the queue below. Which is Ha. Friday. What are these? Do. Friday. 14. 16, is it? Let's have a look. 14. So there is close. Big shoot up, gap below. But we've done that a few times. There we've gapped up and gone. Hey guy. Let's check gold. So gold's rejecting off of our previous levels here, right? We're still bullish on gold, but if gold can close, if 10 a.m. opens below the Q and below sort of, stop it, this previous hour low, so we can open up down here, then we might just go bearish, possibly, and come down for Asia lows. 10 a.m. can open above, then we've got the above the cube, above the daily, and that potential continue on up. So we'll see. Be an interesting day on gold. ES. We're above the daily, above the Q. Nice rejection off it here. Coming back to the previous one on Friday. So we can break above. Then we've got these highs to go for as well. CL, we're just up in the daily at the moment. It's probably more like this. We've just had a gap. So we're just coming up into that daily at the moment. And that 4 hour. So we'll see. CCC. But if CL can come and break above the highs, give it a little bit more oomph. So I think it depends on how many points it is. So I like to try and aim for 10 points, like around that sort of figure. So for example, if 10 points was just a little bit inside, then I'd just go for a little bit more. Also, this trade here, I'd have liked to go for a little bit more, right? So you get your buy signal, you've got your golden zone, but you've got this previous hour. So it's like, I'd probably just have a little like partial, take some and then take another one at the previous hourly high, like that. I don't want to get caught up with the idea of like constantly, like this is high probability. There are times with narrative where you can play it a little bit longer, but it is, where are you? Like, is the trade coming up to a previous zone, right? And where is that previous zone in the golden box? So the golden box gives you your high probability area to target, while narrative helps you go, well, where could we go a little bit past it? Could we just get inside it? Does it just about hit it? So I don't have this exact same take profit at the exact same point all the time. I will, if for any reason that I'm just wanting to take profit and be done, I'll set my take profit pretty much near the lower the golden box, because that's the highest probability, and just hit my TP and be done. But it's there to give you like context of where price could go to. So like this one here, I'm not interested in this. Look at the expansion. Like, this is a massive candle. Like, it's not normal price in the way that we'd be moving, right? So it's I'd rather just wait and see how price plays out, because it's just an abnormal price movement. But it's like this. So look, we're above the Q, above the daily. New 4 hour takes previous 4 hour high. So we're very, very bullish, right? So which trades really do we want to be taking? Well, we really want to be taking the longs, right? Because that's really the kind of higher time frame direction. As much as the shorts, you know, some of these shorts play out, and you wouldn't take them anyway. Like, you're not going to take these into the 4. That's just, you're just not doing it. Playing away from the 4, right, is giving you that better direction. So did you enjoyed the video that T put out? Is it helpful? We can make that a regular feature. Recap of sessions. Talk through the signals, talk through the entries. Oh, nice. I'm glad it helped. Good, good. Yeah, I think we can do that on a consistently basis. I think it's good to talk through like some of the trades. Also adding in some of the trades that we took during that time as well. But narrative for taking the trades. Yeah, we'll do some more of that. What we are going to do is we're going to launch a different channel for the lives. So Max Algo Lives will launch, and that's just going to be dedicated to live trading. And then this channel will be more focused on education and the recaps. And then possibly we might do a gold channel, crypto channel, CL channel, where we'll just review that particular asset only on that channel, so that if there's only one thing that you really want to watch, say if you're just a gold trader, then you can just subscribe to that gold section, and only videos around gold will go out on it. If you haven't already, you can update your traffic light system, so you can reduce the size of the dots. I think it makes it look a lot cleaner. I like it. This is nice. Well, I prefer, well, I'm more of an NQ trader. However, last week I caught some cracking gold trades. So yeah, I think with gold you've just got to be, there's a little bit more of gold where feel like you've got to know when, like gold, just a little bit more narrative with gold. Like when it's potentially going into a bit of consolidation, you want to stay out. But when gold starts to move, it's some incredible trades. As where with NQ, even when you get these more consolidation days, they still generally go from highs to lows, so there's still movement within it. And gold broke out, yes, it eventually broke out last week anyway, right? So when we look at last Friday, we were looking at gold, and we were just stuck here when we were looking at it, right? And then obviously we got below the daily, below the Q, we're just banging our head on it, right? And then eventually, obviously it goes, and bam, look at that trade. Just absolutely plummeted. But it took some time, right? You know, you got 2 hours of consolidation before that break and the rare bearish volume kicking in. The longs were good as well. I'm sure I had one of these trades. I'm sure I did have one of these gold trades. 99% sure. I'm sure it was this one. Traded before the open on gold. But yeah, this is like into the daily, into the Q. There's your 4 hour just stuck inside, and then when you get this break, it's nice. And I think you can see cleaner with the 5 minute as well. I was coming under, plus your 5 minute here, you can see, look, 3 red dots on the 5 minute as well. Bang, that bearish volume kicking in on the 5 minute, giving you that move. So helpful. If we go to NQ, you can see, look, we've been pretty bullish on the 5 minute. We've got 2 green dots on the 5 minute at the moment. Although we're not seeing much bullish volume. A large amount of selling, which you can see there. So you can see the volume's been all right through here, and then all of a sudden it drops off, and then yeah, we still move quite significantly. It's interesting. But yes, if I had to pick one pair, it would be NQ, and that's purely because of how long I've traded it. Oh, hang on, let me update my text. We're not 3 for 3 with 0. Well, actually, I've had one trade earlier, which I posted in the Discord. But obviously that's not for now, so 0-0. RSI in the 5 minutes looking pretty clean, as you can see there. This would have been a nice golden candle with confluence of that. Obviously, you didn't have your 3 dots aligned. You'd only really be looking at that if you were looking at the RSIs. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of, you know, NQ's still very bullish. I mean, we've got a new quarter now, right? So let's have a look at the daily. So you can see, look, we had a bearish doji, and right now we are bullish, right? But we have had, we've been bullish dots dropping off on the you can see, look, here on this bullish golden candle, which is a nice trade on the daily. Look at that, right? 3 green dots, golden candle, above the 3-month, bullish trend, nice trade on the daily, right? Bing, smash. Buy signal, same thing. So we're looking like, anyway, we're in this sort of trend to carry on up. It's not looking like a point where I would say the daily looks like it's going to give up. 12-hour, very similar. We've been having these retracements, but nothing of any real strength. We haven't seen any volume on the previous 12, and there's not any volume on the current 12, but it is currently a strong bullish candle. Yes, so use ATR for TP1. So 12-hour is still looking bullish. Drop down to the 4-hour. We can see, look, we've got more bullish dots and a golden candle on the 4-hour. So in 32 minutes, this is going to close. If this closes as a bullish golden candle, right, then we could see, and price comes through it. Look, we've got higher targets on the 4-hour. So gives us some potential targets to aim for, right? So 4-hour, what does that look like to you? Looks pretty decent as a correction, right? And then potentially a breakout. Now, sometimes when we get a breakout, we might have a little bit of messing out before the volume kicks in, and we're not seeing bullish volume on the breakout. So just need to be a little bit careful, but yeah. And then if we look at the 1-hour, this is what I was looking at. Golden candle on the 1-hour, and then look, bullish dots, bullish dots, bullish dots. So where did you think price was going to go? Right, it's going to go up. So higher time frame analysis is a lot easier now, right? Because it's automatic for you when you go up through the time frames. You can just look at where we are, right? And go, okay, well, bearish, not quite sure yet. Okay, bullishness kicking in, golden candle, 3 bullish dots, so bullish kicking even more. Here's our high probability. Previous day high here. What we're looking like, we're going to go and take previous day high, right? Once we've taken previous day high, we're then expected to be more bullish. So, if we look at the table right now, everything's bullish. So, looking like more upside, right? 30-minute bullish, 15-minute bullish. So, New York Open, we'll expect New York to come take this high. So it's looking like it's good probability we could come for the high in the previous day high. Right, when New York opens in 1 minute. Let's see if we do it. Here we go. Bullish volume kicking in. There's the push. See if we can get a little bit more. So here, these are the two kind of areas where we would expect us to just head straight for. 5 minutes got bullishness, 3 bullish dots. There's the high gone. And then obviously let's see if we get up to the previous day high. This candle unfortunately has delayed our potential entries because of the size of it. So for us to get another golden candle, we need to close below this level first. Below this level first, but that's just one of them. Yeah, so from a targeting point of view, I use the ATR. And then I just ensure kind of like the ATR is around the number of points I want to hit, right? So, for example, here, if I wanted to go for this trade, it's like, okay, well, you know, that's 16 points. You know, I like to get, if I can get sort of 10 plus points, so even just to there is 16 points for me, right? So it's like ideal. What I'm not going to do is, let's say we're playing in where the volatility is even lower, right? And then like the ATR, let's say is only 2 points. It's really low. So it's like, okay, well, for me to get my 10 points, it's got to come all the way to the top. So if I only want 10, then I need to wait until volatility picks up. It's an easy, you know, I was going to say from here, even though we haven't got any signals, it's probably a nice little scalp. Yeah, it's already done 15, 16 points. Starting to see bearish volume. So now we've taken the high of this. This is good now, so we can now get our bearish move. Gold. I like this on gold. Five minutes under. 5 minutes got bearish volume. So I like that. Let's see if it comes back. Starting to go the other way. I not got my alpha zones on. That's better. Sorry, I did have my alpha zones on. Yeah, that's absolute no. Keep doing this. So yeah, you're going straight in the daily here. So that's just an absolute no. Shush. Again. I'd gone on the higher time frame and I turned them off to have a look. Again. Fuck's sake. But it just shows how important that narrative is. We're looking at it like, oh, this is great, and then you load up your alpha zone and you're like, whoa.
Just annoyed I saw it.
Ah. So we wanted 10 a.m. to open up down here. So we got half an hour. If we're going to go bearish, that is. So we'll see whether gold can give us a 10 a.m. open. I would wait for gold to get 10 a.m. Sorry, is it possible to add the dots in the golden candle indicator and filter buy, sell golden candle based on the dots? What, you mean you only get a golden candle when the dots align? Yeah, you can already do that. But the only thing is you'll lose a lot of your signals. So, but golden candle, 1 minute. That's it. Done. Filtered. But you lose all the signals because the signals need a golden candle. So, not recommended. So I like this coming down. I mean, look at the 5 minute. We've come right under, volume increasing. We just came extreme on the 1 minute, so, and obviously off the daily. It's making it a difficult trade. Just a little bit lower. I'll go live. Max live trading. Yeah. Keep an eye on Enki. Okay, we've got bearish, bearish, bearish. Could return to the 4 here. Get a sell signal. Just need to make sure that this doesn't... Why wasn't it? What you mean? Why wasn't it back here? It's part of the filters. There's still price action that's not yet aligned. All right. Let's go. So we got a low here at 165. And then another low here just at our first TP. And then we've also got the hourly here at 156. 160 is the edge. Need to be careful because we are more bullish overall, right? But you can see the 5-minute bearish volume is kicking in. So let's see if we can just tap. Get a little bit closer, I'll go break even. Just because we've taken this low. Okay, go and break even. I've just tapped me out, break even. That's frustrating. Shame. I'm sure it will come down this to the 4. Well done, Aaron. See that bullish volume kicking in. So I just wanting to be careful of this low and this low here. I think it's going to come down and hit it. I thought it was going to do it on that candle, which is a shame. Five minutes bearish volume is looking really good. Because it's not just based off of these. It's not just based off of these. There's more to it. There you go. There's TP.
Boom. And another one.
There are other confluences that are built into the signals. This is just giving you like you want it with the with other things. You want at least these aligned. Yeah. There is more than just the dots. You could have taken it early if you wanted. Like, there's bearish red volume on there. This one closes below. If that was enough for you, then fine, you could. But in the way that we've got the filters we've got for the buy and sell, they don't just use this, they use more confluences, right? There are other things in play that filter the signals. Like, for example, there are 3 red dots there, 3 green dots. You didn't get a buy signal there, right? So just because you get 3 dots does not mean you get a signal.
It's just a confluence.
It is just a confluence. Correct. Exactly that, right?
Absolutely right.
So when we close below the 1, we take the low of the 1 hour, switching as bearish, expecting this to be our high, and then bang, down we go. Now, I am expecting that we probably will reject off this 4 hour and come back up again. I'm not saying this is certain in terms of what will happen. I'm just saying based on kind of how we've come down and how the 4 hours been, that there is a good chance that we could hold this. So for me to go bearish, I want to see, well, even more bearish, I want to see this logo. If we can come and close below, then we could revisit the Q, which we haven't tested yet. But we are above the Q, we are above the daily, so I am very bullish, and we are seeing bullish volume starting to kick in now. Ideally, you do not want to trade into the 1 hour, no. If you can get your target by the 1 hour or just in, do you know what I mean? Like then that's kind of okay. I don't mind trading like to a zone, not into a zone. I like trading to a zone rather than into a zone. So you can see here, like, look at these 1 hour zones, right? So it's like you're trading into the zones coming out of it. You'd rather trade away or through than into it. Starting to see the bullish volume kicking back in now. You can see here, look. We'll see what the 5 minute does. Yeah, news in 15. Gold's coming back. So bounce out the daily. Back to the 1 hour and the Q. Who's going to win? Oh, it's much more straight down. So ES is much cleaner. You can see the bearish volume all the way through. So we get the sell signal, and then all the way to the daily, and now our bullish volume's starting to show. But there is no signs of it all the way down. So really nice clean trend through there. You can see golden zone lines up nicely with the Q. It's a really nice trade. And now look, we're tapping off the daily, bullish volume kicking in, starting to retrace. NQ, you can see it's just not been as clean, right? When we've come down nicely these few, but then this has been an area struggled. 5 minute is still, we're still seeing bearish volume on the 5 minute, and we've got 2 red dots on the 5 minute at the moment. So not quite yet there on the 5 minute. Still looking like we're going to drop though. If you were to piece this out, looks like a nice move down, and then a bit of a correction back up to an area of resistance, and then potentially a continued breakdown. And then we got our next level. So as soon as we get 10 a.m, this can go now, right? So obviously the statistics on this 4 hour pretty much line up with obviously until the close of the 4 hour. So we've taken the high. So generally speaking, most of the time the high is taken. Only about 22, 25% of the time do we take both the high and the low. Not impossible, but just not as probable. But this is looking like a nice breakdown. Really like the 5 minute on the RSI as well. Much bigger volume push down. Shame we didn't get a golden candle in the opposite direction.
Close.
Yeah.
Straight into the 4 hour.
I would like, if our next 4 hour can open below this 4 hour, that would be great. And we could see quite a large drop if we can close below this 4 hour in the next 10 minutes. Here we go. Here we go. Looks like, I mean, it's looking like the momentum is in to push us through the 4 hour, but we're watching. It's trying. It's getting there. There we go. See if we get a close. So these are trades where I'd like to often play the retest and drop, which is not giving us. So just like a retest of the 4 like that. and then a trade down. But with the previous hour, that can be a little bit of a risky trade. And then you'd want that candle to flip bearish now. So you can sometimes you can either play it on the retest or play it if it's got to come back like that. There. But with us taking that previous hour low, it's a little bit funky. If you did take the retest, once it flips bearish, you want to go break even because you want that to be the push. So you'd have been taken back out break even there. But not doing that with news coming in 8 minutes. Oh, a nice breakthrough on gold. So we came back down to the daily, tapped the daily, and have just pushed through. You can see this level where we've rejected. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've just gone straight through and smashed through there as well, which is good. This was a nice signal before down to the daily. So it looks like we're going to push for these highs. 5 minutes broken above. See what news does. So the main thing you're looking for is you really want to kind of like trade with space, right? It's nice to be able to trade like to an area, or out of an area, like up and out, like these coming up and out. Same thing here. Break above, come out the daily, come above the 4 with a buy signal, and then bang. Same here, look, hourly's bearish, trade to the daily, bearish volume holding nicely. Like these are nice trades. Obviously they don't happen all the time, but they are nice when you see them. So 5 minute is, just to show you the 5 minute, we are getting a sell signal. We are getting 3 red dots on the 5 minute. So that would be, look at the bearish volume kick in there and then reverse. So that would be a trade on the 5 minute, right? So we could look at that and go, right. We've come back up, rejected again from this area. Are we going to come for this low? We at least should probably, if we're going to come down, should come back to where the start of that is anyway. So that looks pretty good as a target for the 5 minute. So if our 5 minute can break through, this could be a nice higher time frame trade, right? But we got bearish volume on the 5 minute. Our 1 minute is now, look, bearish volume kicking in out the 4. Starting to get that round in, looking nice, like we're going to drop. But this is how, like, the retest. It's a lovely retest, right? Bearish, bearish, and then we want to see continuation. And then we've got our next level here, and then back to the daily in London here. Remember, we opened with a gap, right? So the Q has got a gap down here. The NQ has opened with a gap, and there's there's where we closed Friday. So if we're going to fill that gap, we can come all the way down to here. And if the Q is going to fill its gap, it's got to come all the way down here as well. So remember, the Q gap is different to the NQ gap. Not the same thing. And we've seen these play beautifully, where, and we've still got that one as NQ has for the beginning of the week. And these, but these you can see previously where we've marked them out, where we've come and filled the gaps. There's been times like here, look, came all the way up, came back. Same thing here. It's just to note that if there is a gap on, sometimes there's not a gap on NQ, but there is a gap on the Q. So the way I like to play it is I will look to see once we've filled the gap, and then once we've filled it, I want to see continuation rather than a strong rejection. So it's an area to be wary of. If we're going to go bearish, we trade in the way that we trade bearish. Do we have 3 bearish dots? Are we trading below? Have we got a golden candle? So we trade the same way. We just use this as a narrative of, okay, if we are going to go and fill the gap, then we need to be careful once we fill the gap and see where the price reverts from it. Example here. We came, filled the gap, and then immediately after that was done, reversed back from it, right? So it's an area just to go, okay, we just need to be careful once we've done that we're not going to bounce from it, right? If we want to see price go through it, if we're going to carry on trading. Right, so here you can see, look, we get a nice strong close below, and then that's fine. Trading away from it, trading away from it. Here we go straight through and then reverse back. Here we just come and fill it and start chopping at the top and then come back. Yeah, we just keep an eye on them. We just keep an eye on them. There was one that literally was it last week? Yeah, look at this. Look at this gap. There's the fill. Look at the fill. Bang. Immediate reversal. Like. And then straight back and fill that one. Like, it's just it doesn't mean it necessarily will. We're not giving you any data to say how often. It's just an area to be wary of and to watch. That's it. I think it's one of the things that we've experienced with probabilities is sometimes that can cloud your judgment, because it's like, well, it should go there, right? And that's the probability. So I'm just going in because that's the probability. I've got a 70% chance it's going to go there. So let's just go there instead of playing your setup, right, in the way that it should be. So this is the 5-minute low. We got news in 1 minute. What do you reckon news is just going to go bang, bang, straight to target? Here we go. See if it's anything significant or it's just going to be a dribble. Here's PMI. Okay. Very good. Five-minute TP is in there with the queue. If it wasn't for red news, I'd have taken this trade. Gold's taking the highs. And come on. Right, so what I was saying to you is if we can get a new 4 hour closing below here, then I am really up for some bearish price action. So I think we've got a very, very good chance of coming down to this daily and filling that gap now. Could come back and reject from here first, so we could come back, retrace, and then come back lower. But another trade could be if we can close below this Q, then possibly could take a short below down to this down to these London lows. I'd rather we retraced up first and got us a golden candle. Okay, we're seeing bullish volume on the 5 minute for the first time. Do. Starting to flip though. It's between grey and bullish at the moment. I think it's I think it might be one of those days where we struggle to get an entry, where it just keeps doing little retracements, not enough to give us what we need, and then bang, off it goes. And we'll see. ES is below the daily. Come on, come up a little bit higher. Okay, great. So if this can close now, we can get a bullish golden candle on ES. I'm just going to create an alert for a bearish golden candle. Ah, it's not going to change. No. Get back up. Get up, get up, get up. Yeah. So I like the shorts out of here. I really do. With NQ and that, I am very bearish, but I want to get a setup. So I've just got to be patient and wait. That's a shame. Looks like we're going to go. I'm very bearish on the way that we've opened with this 4 hour. So I'd like to go short. I'm going to use the Q. Five-minute target about to be hit. It's an alpha zone. So it's the Q. So it represents the daily for the Q. Yeah. We never trade into the Q. We always wait. If it's going to come through, we want to see it come through. That's right, Aaron. But it'd be nice if we got a little rejection, push back up into the 4 and got our golden candle. Fuck you, ES. Get back up. There we go. You never trade into the Q. Yeah, if we can just get a little bit more of a retracement, then we get to. But when you get these trends like this, where it's just chuttering down, and you get these sort of, oh, that was a big one. There you go. We've had a golden candle.
That's
So,
what we needed.
yeah, so lovely rejection off the Q. Is like right now, we're above the Q, above the daily. Very, very bullish. And this is why we have this level on the chart. It is so fucking important. See if we can come back up to the previous 4. See if we get a bit of a bounce. If we're going to go bullish, yeah, be no problem. We'll break above the 4 hour, come above here, come back. We've got previous Q, not as stressful about the previous Q. And then obviously if we break up higher, then we'll be getting bullish signals. So because ES has come below the daily and it's taken the current daily low, it's interesting. ES has already filled its gap. Right? So ES is done. It's filled the gap. But we're rejecting nicely off this daily. So we won't want to see ES coming back above the daily. Just got to be patient. As you know, there is always another trade coming. There's always another trade coming. Boom, boom, boom. Hmm. £155. Back to the daily. Might not go that high. 5's retesting the 50. Five-minute bearish volume starting to pick up. You can see we had that indecisive bullish volume, and now we're getting bearish volume. So if we can come through, potentially we might see that continuation. Okay, so we're getting our bearish golden candle. We want this one to be fairly decent, right? So then we can have the next one to come straight through and close below the Q, which would give us a nice trade. So there's enough room from here to the Q, but I'm just going to wait. Don't want this to be like your double. Okay, now go through. So if you did take that, well done, GG. Come on through. You need 2 at least, which is V2 and Alpha Zones Pro. Important levels is optional if you want that. That's as an optional. Right, okay. Next one. I really like this trade. We didn't get a sell signal on it. Even though we just closed like kind of on the bottom. A little bit of a stronger close below would have been all right. So the next candle will need to come down further, then we'll get our 3 dots. What we don't want is it to be a volatility candle and go, well, bang, in one go, which it can be. So we're just going to have to watch. It's too close to the queue, that, for me. And as T will say, you haven't got 3 red dots yet.
So you need that as well. So the indicators on TradingView.
Oh, yeah, and the traffic light system. Yeah, the traffic light system down here.
Same peak.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So yes, on his TradingView subscription, it'd be fine because he's got the one above 26.
Yeah, your subscription will be fine.
If he's the one that allows 5 indicators.
Yeah, you can have up to 5. So everything that you see, like this is built into V2. This is Alpha Zones Pro, which are the levels, the zones, right? This is the traffic light. You don't need to use the MACD. That's optional. There's obviously teaching on it, but you don't have to use it. So you can just have your chart like this, which a lot of people do. And then the important levels are the second indicator. But yeah, realistically, this is enough. That Q is just holding up price. So with this, you can then do higher time frame analysis. You can trade on the higher time frames as well. We've still got a few improvements that we're working on visually more than anything that we'll continue to update and put out. In terms of your core trading system and strategy, this is it. This will be what it'll be now for the rest of the year. There won't be any additional features that change the way that the signals or anything are generated. What you've got now is like the core of what we've got. We're going to add a few more stuff to important levels and some slight changes, some slight improvements to Alpha Zone Pro, just some usability things. But other than that, this is the system. We're always looking and working on things, seeing what we can do, make improvements, visual improvements. That's always our goal, to try and make things easier and simpler. No spoiler. No spoiler. No. I think to be honest, Aaron, me and T want to take a bit of a break. We've spent a long time. Here we go. Right, this needs to be a strong candle, bearish volume, close below, and then I'm in. Yeah, we want to focus on videos, education, lives, trading. That's got to be kind of bit of a focus for us. So that's why we wanted to take a little bit of a break from changing anything too much. Obviously, if there's any errors or things that need improving, then that's it. Course material, obviously that's something that's totally different. We'll continue to work on course material. Oh man, we appreciate it. We also think it's important that like the system's good, right? It works. We like the way it looks, and you know, don't want to mess around too much because we don't want to impact on people's trading. We want to, you've got to build that consistency, build that habit of taking those same trades. That's why a lot of people who trade the systems, they get used to a version that we have. They get comfortable with it, they get profitable with it, and then they don't want to move away from it because they've got their zone, they've got they're used to it in terms of what they want to do, and that's great. Like you got to think like Chizzy. He yeah, sorry. He joined us at the beginning of the year, like when we were doing the which obviously a lot of this is built from. This is where it all came from, which is the candle statistics, right? And candle formation. Alpha zones then came from that, and how to visualize it easier for people. But he got built with that system, and he got practice with it, and he built his own style with it, and he's been profitable now 4 months just trading that. It's like he doesn't, for him, he needs to stick to it. For other people, it was a lot more difficult for other people to understand, right? It wasn't visually as easy. There was a lot more data to it. It was a harder system to understand. It still worked, but it was just harder to understand. So we've been on this journey of how do we take that system and turn it into a visually easy process, which has really been the last 6-7 months, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really want this fucking short. Come on. It is just trapped between this 4 and this Q. One's going to go. Yeah, gold's come flying back. So sell signal on gold, but obviously it's kind of inside these the Qs. So still looking like it's probably going to hit target anyway. ES are a nice sell signal on ES. Which I have been waiting for.
3 dots?
Yes.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Love it. Okay. TP 5950. I only want one there, and then I'm going to let one run. I'm liking this low. Ah, no. NQ. Right, well, I've got TP on ES anyway, so fuck. And I'm going to go for 68.45 or 68.50 actually. Let's just put that on, see if we get down there. Ah, NQ. Yes, that was the sell signal that we were looking for. That was the exact trade. That was the exact trade. Exactly what.
Tell me, some people.
Yeah, they've taken it. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. ES is absolutely killing it. I'm just going to secure some profit on ES. I already have, but I'm having a good. This is a good run. Yeah, to the daily, that was always the trade. ES has got a little bit more space because we're below the daily. We've got this level down. So I'm trailing at 683. Oh, it's just taken me out. Okay. Well, I'm done on ES anyway. So ES was a good trade. I got some nice profit on it anyway. NQ was, you're looking for, ideally we got London low, we've got the fill. So I'd have been taking a trade here, taking some partials, and then I'd have been leaving for London low and a bit lower. Yeah, this has come down now. Don't need that. But yeah, that was nice trade for me today on that one. So let's get out of that account. Let's log out. Switch accounts. Let's see if we can get this eval done. What have we got left? 1,000 to go. Yeah, gold hit TP as expected. Smashed. Nice trade on NQ. Look, we did all the right thing, right? We we waited because of news. Obviously, this one hit TP, right? So let's load up. We can actually do our stats now. So that's 2 winners. So let's have a look. So with regards to the stop orders, yeah, it's about being kind of prepared and ready. I wouldn't trust TradingView too much on the time. It can delay depending on your computer. So I like to look at the timer on like NinjaTrader or Tradeovate. Yeah, no worries. So this is what when we spoke before about what's this nice ideal trade from zone to zone. We close below the zone, trade to the zone. Now we've obviously got London low here, and this is the gap fill, right? So we've still got further targets inside the daily. However, this is just a nice trade. It's a perfect trade. Yeah. Sometimes I will get a limit order. So just as I'm about to do it, it goes through. It changes to a limit order, and I'm in with a limit, and then it gets a little pullback, and bang, I'm in. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it goes without me. It's too fast, and I've just got to go and watch my profits not join me, which is a shame. But that happens, right? It's just one of those things. All right, nice tap into the daily. ES still further down where I was looking for. I was looking to go for these lows. Didn't move me stop in time where I wanted to. So basically all my profit was inside the golden zone. But I was about 300 on that trade. So that was a nice bit of trade for me. Close that account down, move on to the next one. Well, actually, I've got an eval. Got 1,000 left to do. And then there's another account. Which one do I want to do? Do I want to do funding dicks or do I want to do this eval? Not sure if we're going to get another trade. to be honest. Like, I think those 2 trades are probably going to be it for today. Like, we waited. When this 4-hour closed below this previous 4-hour, for me, that was a huge confirmation of bearish price action down. It's exactly what I wanted. Gold, I think, will probably come springing back, but we'll see. Okay, so we've hit London. Starting to get some bullish volume. Let's look at CL. Beautiful trade out of CL. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You'd have just been alright by a tick. Not that one. So I'd have played and that one have played as well. But this was a golden candle one as well. Just bang. Same thing here. This one worked as well. And you're not taking this, right? Look at this buy signal, right? Into the daily, right? You're in the daily. We're trading away from it, right? That's what we like to see. Just going to stick on ES for the minute, just because how do you approach trading evals, risk per trade, and sizing on micro? So very often on evals, it just depends. If I'm going to trade a load of evals all at once and copy trade them, then I'll just kind of stick to the micros, and usually between 5 and 10 contracts max. I will leave some runners just to build up P&L. But I usually kind of go for like 200-300 a day, and then I'll have a couple of days where I'll smash some trades and get sort of like 500 to 800. So normally I'm done with the evals in about 5 days. If I wanted to be really aggressive, depending on what I was trading. So it depends on the firm. So Apex, kind of really just want to get the eval done. That's not the most expensive part of it, right? The activation fee is. So Apex is just more about getting through the evals, and so you could probably be a lot more aggressive on Apex. As where if you're trading like take profit trader, let's say you're trading the sort of $100 account where you've had the discount, you know, you want to take it a little bit more careful, right? So with them, that's where I'd spend a bit longer. Yeah, and they have consistency as well. But 40% on... Is it 40%? It's a pretty easy consistency rule. Funding ticks is 40% as well. It's like it's a pile of piss. Not, and I mean in terms of like, it's 50%. Yeah, I mean that's it. Like, you got to make 100 and... Is it 1,500 on a 25k account? 1.5, yeah, isn't it? 1,500 drawdown, 1,500 pass. So you make 750 in a day, and then you're done. And then you make 750 a day, and then you're done. And that's it. Or just a couple of trades, right? 300, 300 next day, 300, 300 next day, 3 days. You know, just take your time. Don't stress too much. Yeah. It just depends where you are, like in your journey. So Q almost. Still got a little bit more way down to go. And then Q. See the bullish volume as soon as we got bearish, 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 hit the daily, and we start seeing that bullish volume stepping in, right? So, how tough was it to get through here? Pretty tough, right? We came straight out of it, retest, and then we've broke below. So what we really want to see is price come back to it and can retest it, but we're not expecting that. We want to see closes back above, right? Because of how long it took us to go through. So we want to see a rejection from here. Gold's coming back up. So it was, you know, when we come up and swipe all them levels, you can see all of the combined areas together. It's just that we often expect a reaction from that point, right? And because there was so many there, our previous day high is the next one. It's like we've just had a pullback off it. Quite strong trend. ATR is currently at 28. So for me to go bullish, it's going to take quite a lot for me to be bullish, but at least coming above the 4. going to be cheeky. I'm going to try a little snipe down to here, 71. Break even. I'm taking out break even. So I didn't quite. I had my target just a little bit lower. I just dropped down to the 15 seconds. Just wanted that little rejection out of the queue. See if I could just get a little scalp out of here. So obviously hit TP nicely, but I was just going for that little bit more for 10 points. But as soon as we hit that golden zone, I was I'm at break even. There, we're going through now. It's coming back quite aggressive. So we're in the daily with ES. Previous daily low here. So we didn't quite make it to previous daily low. Now ES didn't take previous daily high. So more likely for it to take previous daily low, but we've come flying from it. What's nice with ES is that if we are going to go for previous day low, there's enough room for us to reverse, go back bearish again, and then come the other way. Right now we've got 3 green dots. So if anything, it's more bullish, but we are right up into our 4-hour and right into our daily now. On NQ, that was kind of what I was trying to get with our scalp. We got it on the slightly above. There's a 10-pointer. Obviously not got, we've only got 1 dot unfortunately, but we are coming off of that strong level. Being a little bit more aggressive because I'm on the knee belt. How does NQ not crash through the NWOG? I haven't got it on my charts. The new weekly opening gap. That's what you mean, isn't it? This one here. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's saving it. I don't know. All right, there's my 10 points. Yes. So, obviously a lot more aggressive. But like I said, we came up to this level where we've rejected from here. So, just getting that bearish volume, just looking for that 10 points on this trade. Obviously, we could carry on right through, but I'm just looking to add 200 on the account on that one. So, nice trade. So that was the 15 seconds break even, and then that same trade, right? I was just looking for that rejection off the queue, and then there it is, getting that 10 points. We're looking. We obviously have only got one dot, so it's not like this is not prime entry, but just using a little bit of confluence, right? That bearish volume, you can see, look, bullish, 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 bearish, bearish, push up, reverse, and just giving us that little move, right? So 10 points was just to the edge that we could get that little move. And now obviously off that golden zone, we just had that reaction. And that's one of the reasons why we kind of encourage is get your base hits. Don't stress too much about, if you are going to trade for long positions, then, you know, take partials, break even, let it run. Don't stress. Yeah, so stops. See where the red line is, right? There's your entry system. So there's your entry, there's your stop. Here's your take profit zone. And here's your like extended targets. That's how it works. So if we look back on here, we get this sell signal, right? You're entering on here and your targets are through here. Now, if you want to have bigger stops, then please do. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. You could push your stop to this one and just push a little bit further in the golden zone, right? Doesn't have to be here. This is just what the system recommends. So we place a stop order, right? Not a limit order. So we'd put a stop order above the candle, and the reason why we do that is because we want volume to be pushing in the direction of our trade. Right, so we want to be tagged in while going in our trade direction. We don't trade into zones. Right, we don't trade into zones. As long as we can hit our target by the time we reach the zone, that's great. But we are just a little careful when it comes to, and it's not necessarily that it doesn't mean that it's going to go through it. It's just the reaction, right? So price goes through this level, but look at the reaction when we reach it. So it's like if you got in the trade around here, it's come all the way back. right? And if you had your stop there, it's almost stopped you out. Or if you had your stop here, have you gone break even? It's just, that's why we don't trade when we're near the zones. We need to be away from it to give us room to trade to it. And then if we're going to break it, we can then look for another trade, right? So nice bearish volume on that 5-minute candle. But we are still pushing up. No volume on these last two on the 1 minute. So nothing there. Gold. It's come up. Rejected off our 4-hour. Bearish golden candle. 3 dots. If we had volume on this one here, then we would be getting a sell signal for a potential another trade. Check Apex. Where we are. Yeah. It's just died off a bit, unfortunately. So you see how the volume is just clean all the way. Clean on the way up, start going bearish, clean on the way down. This move here, there's no volume other than on the golden candle. So even if we do get volume in a minute, it's like they can be a little bit funky because it's not been a clean, there hasn't been a clean move like this where it's been pushing. It's like sometimes that volume can be the last push. So just something to be wary of. We do obviously have the 3 red dots, but we just don't have the volume to confirm the entry. Right, and we use volume to confirm our entries. Like we want to see volume in the move. All right, so another nice rejection off the queue. So we come back, rejected, come away, come back, rejected. We're getting another bearish golden candle. We're obviously we are not aligned in our dots. 5 minute is still showing bearish volume, but it is indecisive. We've had 2 dojis on the 5 minutes, which is obviously just this in terms of what we're looking for, right? So not clean at the moment, really. ES is making its way up into the daily. Very often this can be pretty crappy price action when we start hitting around this sort of area. We'll see. Right. So we could just see where we're going to come to. NQ is just still fighting. It's looking like it could trade through. Maybe back to the 4, but still fighting. Does look more like a breakthrough than a breakdown, but don't like these. Don't like these. You don't have to like these. These are just right now. There's no entries. Right there was your last entry. There was your last entry. Win, win. 3 bullish dots. Trading into the 4. No trade. But you can see we get that bit of more of a push once those align. All right. So remember, for me to be bullish, I want to come back above the 4. This just feels still more like a longer retracement. Sorry, a longer, sort of retracement back up before we break back down again. So, but it's pretty easy when we trade this and you're unsure. It's really simple. If we go above the 4 hour and you're in this space and you've got 3 green dots and a golden candle or a buy signal, then Grace, take the trade, right? As long as you've got room to get the trade above. If we're breaking down, right, and you've got 3 bearish dots and a golden candle or a sell signal, then great, you can take the trade as long as you've got room. That's it. That's all you need. So like here now, we've got a buy signal on ES, but we're inside the daily, right? We're up into the 4 and inside the daily, so we can't take that trade. Well, you can, but not going to. Not going to. Did we ever get the signal on gold? Yeah, there it was. Little bit late that for me. That's why I walked away from gold. I was like, don't like the fact we hadn't volume in the move. And then, like I said, a lot of the time the volume come just at the end. But yeah, no worries. New hour. That's very nice on gold. Looks like we could come through to these levels. Potential, if we come back up again, maybe we'll get a lower rejection. Let's see. NQ. We open below again. Nice rejection off the 4. And we're coming below. I like it. So new 1 hour, bearish volume. Let's see if we can break down or whether we're going to come up. We've got a lot above us. That 5's just been retracing up. Let's see. 5 minutes still been given bearish volume, but ATR's picked up a bit. We're at 22. So 10 points is well within the golden zone. Again, on the eval, this is on an eval. I quite like this. Not on funded. I'd wait for everything to align. Just the narrative of us coming back up, rejecting off the 4 hour. 4 hour statistics say that most likely our high and lows in, which means this is probably our high now, and we can break on down. Let's see if we can get 10 points on that. No volume in the move, but still we've got our 10 points. So nice trade. There you go. I just closed that trailed. So as it hit my 10, just took the other one out on the way back. So nice little, that's just on the eval. So I've got another 500 to go. So that'll be that for today. Switch that eval off. But the reason why I'm taking that trade is the structure of the 4 hour. So our 4 hour is bearish, right? So when we get a new hour, statistically, this should be our high now for the 4 hour because we've been bearish, we're below it. We've opened below the 4 hour as well and below the Q again. So I am expecting that really we should come and take this low. So probability sits with us coming down further now. We now have 3 bearish candles. 3 bearish dots. So if we were to get, if price was to come down a little bit more with bearish volume, then potentially we'd get a signal. But we'll see. Volume is starting to slow down a bit. ES is just inside. So there's nothing around ES that I'm looking for. NQ just gave us that nice retest of the 4 hour new candle, bearish with bearish volume below the Q, which has been our area where we've moved from. And then I was just looking for 10 points. 10 points from here is just below the, just above the golden zone. So here, look, right, that's all I was looking for. Yeah, sure. So the settings are pre-built in, so there's not much that you need to do. So the golden candle filters, I leave them off so that it doesn't affect your buy signals. The buy and sell signals are defaulted built in for you. I recommend using the enable profits and ticks and ATR for your targeting, and just turn off this one and this one. These are your default targets, which is fine. If you want the 5-minute trend filter on, then put them on. Otherwise, right now, like I said, I have them off, and I just use the dots as and price action as a little bit more confirmation. Volume bubbles, I would leave on. Normal, large, and huge. What it means is that for you to get a signal, you have to have a normal, large, or huge bubble. Tiny or small volume won't give you a signal. And I would turn off the chop filter as well now. You don't have to, but again, I would turn that off. And that's it. The rest of the signals for the sell are all built in, so you don't actually touch them. They are defaulted inside the script. You don't need to mess about with them. That is it. Try to make it as simple as possible for the signals so that you don't have to think too much about it, right? No worries, Costa. But we can see here, look, nice signal, 3 dots, below the Q, below the 4. Space for us to get to the daily. It's a great trade. We just don't have any volume around here at the moment, which is really, again, we don't like to see that. We want to see volume in the move. So, yeah, I am still very bearish, but yeah, we'll see. Bearish on gold. How far down we'll go, we will see. You haven't got any signals on your chart. So you should be in V2. Have you got V2? Do us a favor, go on to the Discord and just post your chart, your settings, the indicator on. Put it in support. T's there now. He'll pick it up with you. So right now, the 5-minute, we've had that little bit of retracement, looking like we're probably just rounding off. We're going to come down now. Still no volume though, but we are looking like, you know, nice sort of rejection break, and we're just coming round, start to exhaust the buyers, and then drop. Oh, I'm on. Just be patient. It's coming. Down you go, gold. So this is one. Now, if we weren't in at the daily, I would love this trade. But we are, so never mind. Got this previous hour low, 4 hours there. Too much. Look how we reacted last time here. Bing. Bing. No, we do not want to be risking that same reaction, right? So, just look left. How's price reacted from this area? Well, it's had some pretty pooey reactions. Well, good reactions if you're going long. Remember guys, do us a favour if you can like the video. That is really helpful for us, getting the word out about Max Algo. So give the video a like. If you are new here, then feel free to subscribe. T will be putting out a video soon as well, so you'll get notifications on that video coming out, where we're just going to recap on Friday's price action, and we will do today's tomorrow. But it's been a bit more of a difficult day, but still a good day, right? We've had 2 clean trades, right? Clean trade, right? Both of them really nice clean trades. And even from a kind of where do we expect price to at least go to, right? So we've got below this sell signal. Well, we've got this, look, this 4 hour level. Well, this is where we at least expect price to go to, right? And price does. And then here, when we're closing below this Q, we expect price to at least go to this daily or even the London low, right? So even on this one, our stop's going above, which is really nice because we're above that Q where we've been rejecting from. So nice stop. And then, you know, our golden zone gives us opportunity inside of here, as well as then down into the daily. So really great. I think from me and T's point of view, we're going to call it a day. That's enough trades for today. I've taken a couple more. Took this one as well out of that same rejection, and then I've just taken this one for 10 points just on an eval. So, you know, I can wait around a little bit longer, but right now I'm quite happy with what I've done for the day. 4 trades, 4 wins, and yeah. No need to sit around, guys. Unless you want to, then obviously you're more than welcome to. You can sit around as long as you want. You can trade for as long as you want. We'll see. Right, anyway, I'll see you in the Discord. Come on, gold. Plummet like you want to plummet. I'll see you in the Discord. I look forward to seeing your trades.
Robert, message me in the Discord.
We always enjoy checking out what you guys are up to, seeing how you're getting on. So keep giving us that feedback. We love to be involved. And we will see you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. And we'll catch you later. See you later, guys. Thanks for today.